Okay guys, welcome back to my backyard. I forgot to film in the gymnasium, and it didn't really work anyway because I didn't have somebody to pass a basketball with, because that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do some passing of the basketball. I'm going to go over 4 different passes right here. 3 of them are very, very common. A 4th one you don't use too much. I actually believe one of the YouTube videos that I accompany my wonderful video with also shows the 4 of them. So let's go over the 4 of them today. Braden is here to help us on the side of the house, nice and calm. And pass number 1 is going to be a chest pass. Now you'll never guess what's going to happen here. You are going to be taking the basketball and you're passing it from your chest to the next person's chest. Now as you're about to go and take that basketball pass of a chest pass, once you stop dribbling, usually you're going to have your feet positioned. To get a good, strong pass, you're going to take a step with your non-dominant leg, and you're going to be pushing the ball forward. You have both hands on the basketball, and you're pushing it forward, chest height. But when you do so, your fingers are snapping, just like Braden did. So here we go. We get a nice chest pass, okay? You want to get a nice, crisp pass to that other person. Usually these are quick passes to get to your teammates. The next pass we're going to do, it's pretty simple. Many of you have done it before. Once you stop, you can then do a bounce pass. Same idea, non-dominant leg taking a pass. You're looking for a spot almost in between the same distance of you and your partner, and you're bouncing the ball. 2 hands again, but now the ball is going down. You're almost shooting, it's almost like you're shooting your thumbs downwards and your fingertips are going out to that person. This is where you're trying to get the ball around somebody else. When you're catching it, both of them, you should have your hands ready, just like you would in football. You almost have that diamond set up to catch. Good. Our 3rd one. Some of you are not as tall as others. I'm not going to say you're vertically challenged. That's not polite. But some of you want to try and get it over the taller people. So sometimes you might have to do an over the head pass or an overhead pass. You have 2 hands on the ball, okay? Since it's called an overhead pass, you'll never guess where the ball's going. I just showed you. Over your head, okay? It goes over your head. You are throwing the ball nice and easy to that person. You're looking for that target. Usually the other person's got to have their hands up and try and catch it as well, okay? It's a nice overhead pass. Sometimes people take a step forward. You don't have to, I do. Okay, I forgot to say that during the thing. So we got overhead pass as our next one. The 4th pass, 99% of you will probably not use too often, but this would be almost a baseball style pass. This is where you're trying to get a little bit the ball further down the court in a short period of time. You are literally throwing the ball like a baseball. Most of you can barely get your hand underneath the whole entire basketball. If it's a smaller ball, it's going to be easier. But this is where you're throwing it like so with one hand. Usually when you do that, you're putting a lot more power. I'm doing it right demonstrating here. But sometimes you'll see teams, they'll have a player running down the court, and this is where they throw a long pass to their teammates trying to get a quick basket. So they take that step. It's just like throwing any type of baseball or football, just like we've gone over many a times, okay? Thank you, Braden. You can go because I know he's cold. But my wife's going to stay.
Go
she wants to hang around for an extra minute or 2, because what you can simply do is try and find somebody to pass the basketball with. I'm not going to send out another lesson, so here are some simple things to do with passing. Get that partner. Find somebody, stand. You can stand 6 feet apart or even more, maybe 10 feet apart, and work on those 4 different types of passes. If you don't have a family member or friend who wants to play basketball with you, you can find one of these. These are called walls, and my wife is probably not going to be happy when I do this, but you can practice some of the passes where I'm doing a chest pass up against the house, okay? Preferably don't ruin your homes. I wouldn't like to hear it if I was inside my house. That I'm actually not going to do anymore because I get nervous throwing the ball up against my house. But some of you can find a nice solid brick wall Or maybe you can go to the handball court. Those walls are pretty solid and you can practice against that. Maybe there's a building around you. I've seen one or two of those. Okay, some of you live in apartment complexes. Brick wall, use that. Okay, so those are simple ways where you can practice passing by yourself. Now, putting together the passing and all of the shooting that we've done, this is where you can start working towards playing a game with your friends or family members, whomever you are hanging out with. I didn't tell you about this other game, but this is an advanced one. Many of you have heard of this game, but this is a simple, fun game that you can play called Horse, where you're trying to outperform an opponent by making multiple shots. These can be any shots. You can make funny shots. You can make just practice shooting from different areas. But the idea is there's two people. If player one takes, let's say, a free throw and makes that free throw, player two has to make that free throw. If they don't make that free throw, they get an H. If they do make the free throw, then player one gets to go. He does a different shot. Let's say he goes behind his head or something like that, and he makes that. If the second player makes it, then he doesn't get a letter this time. And you keep going until you have one person who spells out the word horse. My son and I sometimes play cat when I want to have an abridged game with them, but there's a lot of different variations of that. You can just do that as a fun little activity as well. This will be the last video that I'm going to make with and for you until after vacation. I'm not so sure exactly what's coming after vacation, but we'll worry about that after vacation. I hope you're having an amazing week, and I will see you during your basketball tournaments and in class this week. Take care. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.